Here, I've been thinking. Ladies and gentlemen, I see many similarities, if you like, between people and various kinds of animals. Some people talk a lot, and I see them as a parrot. You know what I mean? They talk and they say the same thing over and over again, and I see them immediately as a parrot. But then, of course, there are wise people. Now, often the owl is used as the emblem of wisdom. I see some people as a quiet owl. Herds very often comes into my mind when I think of people, like a herd of sheep, a herd of wildebeest, not so much zebras. Zebras, I don't know, zebras have got a bit of intelligence about them in an individual sense, whereas sort of sheep, well, they're all pretty stupid and they just follow each other, which I think is a pretty close resemblance to a lot of the bleating sheep in the media we have at the moment and over time. But occasionally we need, of course, to have some sort of animal which is more of a leader. I see myself as a wolf. Yes, I'm getting on a bit, yeah, but I'm still the top dog, and I am recognised as such. But of course, I am getting older, and that's why I have to use the attributes, shall we say, of the younger people who are loyal to me, like Gordon. I may see Gordon as a panther. I may see him as a lion. But I think the panther is the more apt definition of Gordon for me. He's very quiet. He's a loner. And he's a very good hunter. And because he is a black panther, he is very difficult to see in the dark, if you know what I mean. And he supports the wolf, the pack leader. And this is quite an unusual combination in nature. In fact, I don't think it even would be existent. But in the world of humans, this is how I see myself and Gordon, the wolf pack leader and the black panther support mechanism. There are other people in society who I see in a different light. Very often I see monkeys and snakes come in quite often, actually. Sharks, well, you can sort of see where I'm coming from here. There are a lot of criminal elements in society who I see as the sneakier types of animals, you know what I mean? So, so I often see people as an animal. And this helps me to come to an understanding of how I can control this animal that's in front of me. You know what I mean? You see, if I see a snake in front of me, well, I have to do a mongoose sort of tactic, if you like, to keep this snake in control. Also, I like eagles, you see, and an eagle can attack from above. And this analogy I really like. I like to keep in with people above me in society so that I can operate from above before anything gets out of control. Oh, you know, one of my favourite animals is the sloth. I believe they call them the Faultier in Germany, you know, which is very unfortunate because foul means lazy, you know. What? They're not lazy. No. A sloth is very clever. Now, why do I think a sloth is clever? That's what you're saying, aren't you? Terry, why do you think a sloth is clever? Well, I'll tell you. A sloth, it only moves as quickly as it needs to. Now, to me, this is the height of cleverness. Because if you think about it, a sloth, it stays in the trees all the time. It hasn't got any enemies other than maybe the odd leopard, you know. But that's usually if it goes down too near the ground, you know what I mean? But when it stays up in the foliage of the trees, well, it's quite safe. And it even, you know, it stains itself sort of green with all this stuff from the leaves, you know, not deliberately, it just happens to happen, but it looks kind of like it's up in the trees. It just looks like trees, you know, so, and it moves slowly like the sway of the branches. You know, it's very clever. Yeah, so it hasn't got to worry about much, you know, and it just moves as quick as it needs to. And now to me, this is the height of intelligence, you know. When people run around buying things and, you know, making a big fuss and trying to be famous and trying to do this sort of thing, and you think, what the fuck are they doing that for? You know, life should be led very gently and slowly and calmly. You know what I mean? And just let it tick over nice and comfortably. Now, the sloth does this, you know. And I think that's the smartest animal on the planet. I do. So, what sort of animal are you? See you later.